Hey there, Darkstar here. Just messing around right now. That's the name of the stream. I decided to start streaming this in the middle of it. Just doing a test flight right now. Haven't flown the PC-12 in a while, so I was doing some of that. And I've been kind of toying around with the idea of a world tour. So I've been planning that out. And I definitely have a viable route now. I'm not sure if it's going to be the final one. But here's what that's currently looking like. So it's 24 legs. It's not a purely equatorial route or anything, but each leg is about 1,000 nautical miles. Goes over the Himalayas, including a stop way up high. So that's kind of a fun one. My plan is to start in Nome, Alaska, and then fly down across the US. Oops, wow, that got jumpy. There we are. Fly down across the US, Mexico, across the Caribbean, skim South America. Now, this is a tough segment right here. I think this one's technically closer, but this is like a military base. And I wanted to kind of stick to real airports that people might actually use. So we kind of jump up here and then back down to here so that we cross more of Africa. Otherwise we would just barely cross it. Up through Europe, across Middle East, Himalayas. There's Zulus. If you want to go land there, that's a pretty fun place. I did some test flights the other day. Well, technically yesterday. And across China, South Korea, Japan, up through Russia, and then back to Nome. So I'm kind of trying to get maybe some more people excited about doing it. Maybe one flight a week. They're about, each leg's about 4 hours. Well, you can see here, like, you know, 4 hours, 3 hours. This one's 4.5 technically. That's that long one. And then of course there's prep time and everything, but I think generally we could get most of them done in 4 hours. Yeah, so if anyone's interested, I guess hit me up. Might try and get some coordination going on a Discord or something. And that's little nav map. If you don't have it, it's free. It's pretty cool. Syncs with Flight Sim. Pulls all the data out of it into a database that you can use. So, like I have this whole route in a database query now that I can pull my route out, and it gives me all the distances, bearings, estimated hours, most common comm frequency, whether it's you know, has an ILS, lights, jet fuel. I picked places that only have jet fuel so that we could do turboprop semi-legitimately. Half the locations have ILSs, half don't. All but 3 of the places have lights. And one of them is technically too short for the PC-12 to land at comfortably. Can't promise I'll keep it, but It was 1,923 feet. No lights, no ILS. It was a little difficult to land at. I did a test landing and takeoff, you know, couple of rounds. It was a little challenging, so, but that's probably a good reason to keep it in as well. But most of the runways are, you know, 6,000 plus feet long. They're all pretty big ones. And open to discussion on that. We could potentially pick smaller runways. If I do it, I'll figure out somewhere to post things so people could pick up the route. And little nav map, you can save the route, so like I can export that and share it out so other people could try it, join in, whatever. All TBD, but that's what I've been working on this weekend a little bit. Probably should have been streaming more, but I got sidetracked, so. But yeah, so I'm test flying the first leg, just, you know, for fun. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, we're fine. I think I probably should have got my anti-ice on here. We're still 17,000 feet. We've got our bottom of descent marker here. It's kind of before we get into this turn. We are coming in on, I don't know why, but there's two different ones. One's an LDA and the other's like an RMP. So I'm trying the LDA approach. I think it's basically the same. But ATC cleared us down to 1,000 currently. Where is my thing? There it is. Passing the transition altitude. Nope, that's the one I want. So by Hexab, we want to be 3,600. We should beat that by quite a bit. Because we're going to, like, do we really want to be that low? I don't even think we really want to go that low. I know ATC cleared us, but kind of like to just get on the glide path here. So what if we put this up to 3,600? Then we want to shallow out our descent a little bit. Like beyond ATC was being kind of weird. It vectored us out this way and then up that way, and now we're drifting back over to where we were anyway. I think because the winds are so strong. But they gave me a heading of 120 and I'm just drifting over here. As soon as I get closer, I'm just gonna go nav and follow that vector in for now. Where's my chat? Chat. There it is. Just in case. Okay, so we did get below the clouds, so probe stay on. Here we come. It's been very, very windy aloft today. I'm gonna speed up too. Let's set up our FMS speeds in here so we don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to be 90 here. Cross. I think 125 here. $175 here. Watch ATC mess it up for us.
November 012 Sierra Bravo. Altimeter 2973. Expect the visual approach runway 11.
Haha, we were just talking about this on the chat. Altimeter 29.73. Expect visual approach runway 11. 2 Sierra Bravo. So there was a discussion in the Beyond ATC Discord about why does it clear me for visual approach when there's an ILS? And I mentioned just fly the ILS anyway. They're not really stopping you. I think that's even legal normally. Like you'd get lined up and everything just like you would visual, but there's nothing stopping you from activating, you know, approach mode. Also seems like a lot of real life YouTube pilots kind of tend to hand fly everything. A lot more anyway than I would have expected. Even saw a PC-12 guy who was doing a lot of hand flying.
November 012 Sierra Bravo. Contact Anchorage Center 126.1.
Anchorage center on 126.1. 2 Sierra Bravo.
Negative anchorage center on 126.1.
126.1. Enter. Wait, I can do that, but there's supposed to be a direct swap it, and it still didn't swap it. Anchorage center 2 Sierra Bravo at 147.
November 012 Sierra Bravo, Anchorage Center.
I do appreciate the different voices that they have. That's kind of a cool thing. Oh, and I missed my... let's turn that off and let's go... I really wish they would make the autopilot not swerve so hard to intercept the course. Like, just let it converge. Why did it switch to standard barometer? They gave me 7.3. And that needs to be 7.3 too. There we go. That was hard to change. That's one area where FrameGen is not great. It can't possibly know what's coming next as far as numbers changing goes, so it starts blending them together for a bit. Plus, turning this one click wasn't changing it, you know, in the hundreds place. I'm just gonna go ahead and go nav mode. So one thing you can do also in Pilatus 12 and 24, you can change this. I've been learning more about what this one does. Now I'm trying to remember where to change it. You go here. No, home. Maybe? I just did this. No, I can't remember where to change them. I felt like it was in here though. That's the wind vector. Headings. Oh, here it is. Okay, FCS. So there's cross pointer, which makes it be a plus like that. We're getting to be too fast here. Okay, and then this flight path one makes it be like this. So my understanding is this is your, I don't remember what they called it, like an acceleration vector here. So if this is at the same level as that, then basically you're holding your speed. If your flight path marker is above it like it is right now, then my speed's going to be dropping, means my speed is dropping. And if I put it above it, then my speed's going to be slowing down. So at my current power settings, if I want to hold my velocity, I need to make these two match, or like you kind of know what's going to happen as you change your pitch. And you can also see at a glance here if you're speeding up or slowing down. You can kind of also watch this, obviously, but this just tells you, like, okay, I'm a little bit speeding up right now, right? There's also a little bar that comes up here on the left, and I don't know what that means. Alright, so we just hit a Q that's going to make this slow way down. No, or not. What did it do? It slowed down, sped up. Another interesting thing is that I don't think it works in this plane very well, for me anyway, is these little things up here. These are meant to position the pilot's view and the co-pilots from the other side. So you want the white ball to be in the middle of the blue ball, supposedly. But for me, that would put me way down here. That's just too low. Like, it's okay for instrument flying, like like this. Not for visual flying. I like to be able to see just a little bit of the cowling there. I wonder if ATC is going to complain. What are you doing? They didn't really clear us for the approach. So technically we probably should stay on 120. What if we should get some anti-ice on here? Get the initial separator on. Of course, probe heat stays on as long as we're flying. at least from what I understand. Let's get our lights on. We're out on this little island here. So we're still a good ways away, I think. I don't think we can really see it. Probably out there, maybe? That one? Beyond ATC has not complained that I'm not following their vectors. Find that kind of odd. I've also been noticing that the ITT and the PC12 is very low for what I'm seeing in videos. So we're still heading down to 3,600 by Hexa B here. Well, technically it just says above 3,600. This one we want to be at 18. So let's go ahead and go down to 18. Since that's our hard, probably our vertical guidance intercept is at 18. So the FMS just decided it needed to drop down to 150 knots, I think based on altitude and proximity to the destination. Like, I would be fine with going faster here.
November 012 Sierra Bravo. Airport is at your 12 o'clock 15 miles. Report the field in sight.
That's a new one. I don't recall them saying that. have our binocular eyes. We will zoom in because I think that's it right there. Yep.
November 012 Sierra Bravo. Airport is at your 12 o'clock 15 miles. Report the field in sight.
I was about to. Anchorage Center, field in sight at 12 o'clock 15 miles to Sierra Bravo.
November 012 Sierra Bravo. Verify you have the field in sight.
Let's let the co-pilot say it.
We have the field. November 012 Sierra Bravo.
Okay.
November 012 Sierra Bravo. Cleared visual approach runway 11.
Cleared for visual 11 to Sierra Bravo.
Negative. Cleared visual approach runway 11.
Cleared visual approach runway 11 to Sierra Bravo. Okay, I think we're good to get all this off. Inertial SEP will keep open. Probes are on. Everything here is okay. We have our landing lights on. We're going to get taxi on too. I've got to work on these autopilots. And my understanding is that Microsoft Flight Simulator itself has PIDs that the airplane manufacturers just configure to control a lot of the systems. And PIDs are not very good at controlling dynamic systems. They're very good at controlling a static system where you always get the same behavior. But like in an airplane where weight is shifting, or it weighs different amounts, or responds differently to different stimuli, you can't use a PID because it has fixed parameters, right? So you can tune it for one configuration, but then it won't be as good for the other ones. And as you get further and further away from that equilibrium, then the PID stops working as well, and you'll get that seesawing motion where it's overshooting, undershooting, overshooting, undershooting. That's pretty common if the PID is misconfigured for that particular configuration of a system. There are more complicated solutions to that problem. One way would be to have like several PIDs that you can load up depending on what
November 012 Sierra Bravo. No tower services available at Sitka Gutierrez Airport. Frequency change approved.
I don't know what we say to that.
Frequency change approved. November 012 Sierra Bravo.
Okay. So is there anything, a Unicom or something maybe? That's one thing I probably need to look into for all of these. I guess we would just be like, I don't remember what the right phrasing is for that, but Gutierrez traffic, November 012 Sierra Bravo. On visual approach, runway 11. November 012 Sierra Bravo. And Beyond ATC has nothing to say about that. I have no response to that. I'm having a good time. Now as we cross, well, it'll be interesting to me what happens when we cross this waypoint. This says below 175, so I'm guessing it's not going to speed up. Oh man, that is washed out. Barely read it. Yeah, and there's no speed at or above or below. That's too bad. We can turn these down a little, I think. These four mainly, and then these are lights. It's already down. Yeah, come down a little more maybe. Whoa, that's probably way too much. Yeah, that's off. And silly me, I did not hit approach mode. Are we there yet? Yeah. So we need to dive for the airport, of course, because I'm a goofball. If it were me, I would put more audio tones into the autopilots, like, or ideally even voice, like approaching waypoint, cannot descend. Did we lose approach mode? Maybe we can't do approach mode. Guess we missed our opportunity. That's okay, we'll just fly it. Let's go and get gear. First not to flaps. We'll get autopilot off.
Autopilot.
We will keep auto throttle. Well, let's go manual. I'll go about 95 here. I feel like that had us way off course anyway. Come on. You know what? Let's not do auto throttle. I wish I didn't have to drop the controls to pick up. All right. Controls feel really, really sloppy right now. Like the plane is really floaty, bouncy. Why is there a blinking light on the end of the runway? Why is it blurry? I don't understand. I don't understand, to be honest, blurring in games in general, unless it's for cinematic focus on this part of the screen effects. If I'm looking at this screen and I'm looking at the runway, everything in my peripheral vision is more or less blurry. I don't need the computer to blur it out. If I'm looking at it, my eyes make it be in focus and make it be sharp. So what I'm looking at should always be sharp, and what I'm not looking at, it's just in your peripheral vision anyway. You don't have a good vision on that anyway. I'm kind of opposed to blurring in video games, outside of like cinematics or something. I cannot tell what's going on with this thing. It's like we have a low. Am I in some weird? I feel like I'm in half speed mode is what I feel like. I think that must be what it is. Because this whole approach took way too long. Yeah, let's go like that. There we go. Probably should have turned off back there. Maybe we can just hook a UE. Short UE. I need to figure out how to do better exit planning and airport, like where I'm going in the airport. One thing would be really nice is if we had like actual maps that had the parking information on them and where you're actually supposed, and it would tell you where you're supposed to be going. I don't know how much they know that in advance in real airplanes. Like I'm guessing they kind of get their gate assignment pretty late. I don't know why at these airports it always directs me to the fuel. I mean, I do need fuel, but is that really my parking assignment? Okay, taxi light, landing light should have already come off. We can turn off the strobe. And let's get the engine shut down. And I think in this plane, the only thing we need to do is turn off the engine. Oh, you know what? We should have got flaps up. good if I followed my actual checklists. Set the parking brake. Flaps up. Engines off. Gens off. Passengers can go. If we had external power, we'd grab it. I also wish you could open this door without, I don't know what happened to this thing. This model, I guess? I'm doing the model that doesn't have the cargo pod. I thought since I'm going to be doing an around the world trip, I don't need a cargo pod so much. Less weight, right? Okay, so engines off, beacon can go off, bus off, battery off, standby off, and that's supposed to shut down everything. Why is that still on? Emergency power. There it goes. I guess we were still pulling some emergency power. Yeah. And oxygen should probably go off. Pitos should have come off. Inertial separator should have come off. Okay. Anyway, that's that. So next I was thinking I would try the 747-8 again. Where do we want to fly? Thinking how big is this airport? That's probably slightly big enough. And yeah, that one's big. Do you want a bigger runway for takeoff or landing? I think probably for takeoff. So let's pick our planes. 747. 8 passenger. Oh. So it picked 32, right? That's probably okay. Custom departure. That is not what I picked. Why did you overwrite what I picked? To start cold and dark, we want to pick some parking. Do we have anything heavy? Small, medium, large. Okay. Let's go to sim brief. By the way, if you want, if you go in here, go to settings, favorite bar, you can add sim brief dispatch right onto your bar here. So we go to fleet, go to 7478 passenger. YBCS to AYPY. Let's pick 15 minutes. Oh, shoot. And 10 minutes. And we'll just do, I guess, auto. AYPY. Okay, so we have 321 passengers, 17655 cargo, 78830 payload. I think payload includes passenger weight. And it wants 38533 fuel. And let's see, that puts our zero fuel weight at 559130. Okay. Now, why doesn't this have seats? That's the problem I had last time. It's got one seat, but you can put is it 1.5 million pounds in it? Let's go for okay, that's close. And see, we wanted 38,500 pounds of fuel. These can take 86,000, 30,000. No, okay, 100,000. So let's go 39,000. Split 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways, 6 ways. How big is this stab tank? Okay, let's try it this way. 7,800. 7,800. 7,800. That is not what I asked for. Nope, it won't do it. Why? Too much. Yeah, just won't do it. And why does this say 19.3 and that says, oh, okay, because there's a couple of positions. That's like not enough. This kind of stuff makes it just not really fun. Like, I don't want to have to fight it. Just load the weight I put into the aircraft. It just won't do it. Like, it'll only carry 19,000 pounds, period. Like, really? Okay, whatever. Okay, so I think we want to do this before we load in. And now we're gonna have this problem. Good freaking Lord. Come on. I get like maybe 1 or 2 runs and then I have to restart because it just sits there and spins. And now this is taking forever. trying to turn the globe. I'm like, what's going on? View. Import route. Fix this, people. You know, I'm tempted just to do straight out auto. Take off, turn, off we go. Oh, that's suboptimal, isn't it? We don't have to have CS here, I don't think. Can't remember if we want. Nope, definitely not that one. And I'm okay with that being direct in, I think. Well, it's not my internet. There's your wing flex everybody wanted. Oh, shoot. I forgot to go check the spawn point. And now it's all gone. There we go. Okay, good. Now the only thing we want to do is change this. Not start on the runway. They need to make that better. Is that the only large ramp? Welcome to the live stream of what a piece of garbage Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is. Well, it's still not me. My internet is cooking along. 500 megabits a second down. 550, 580, 590. That's with the stream running. Stream doesn't actually use that much. Let's see. Because this is using nothing. It's not actually downloading anything. Looks like 24 megabits a second-ish. Yeah, about 24 megabits a second, I think, on average. Goes up and down. Hello. I love how you can get these from across the airfield, and those you have to walk right under. Oh, and one thing on the debug menu here, if you go look at aircraft, covers and chocks, yeah. So that's a good way to see if you have anything on that you're forgetting. And if you go to debug aircraft dirt and scratches, you can see if you've got any dirt on it. Scratches don't seem to work right now. And I haven't really had much luck with this except for the window dirt being regular dirt. Like, it doesn't really look any different there, even with everything up to max. Let's go in the cockpit and see if we see anything on the window. Nope, this plane may not support it. You can just hit reset if you want to zero everything. Now it's in free play mode, of course, with the debug bar on. Alright, so let's see if we have any better luck starting this thing up this time than we did last time. Okay, so first thing we can do, we have external power available. We can power that on. We want to get the battery on. And then I think we want hydraulic demand off. Okay, and we can get the passenger lights on. We'll go, I think, auto on that. And at this point, the passengers would be loading. We're running on external power. And we're going to need to get some brightness on our displays here one way or another. don't know where all the brightness controls are, but... Alright, let's see. We do want the emergency lights armed, so we've got that. We want to get the beacon on. Packs are off. APU bleed is on. Let's get the APU started. I think we need these on actually. Is that actually on? Okay, guess that's actually on. Okay, APU gen is available. I still haven't figured out where to see the APU coming up on the controls. Need to watch some more videos, see if I can see anything about that. Alright, let's see if we can. Are we ready? Can we start an engine? Well, we would want to request for IFR departure, get our departure clearance, request for pushback and start, push and start. So let's go ahead and do push. Is push gonna work? Oh, there they come. It's doing the animation this time too, but I may have canceled it. Oh, look, it's gonna push us straight back into that too, because we don't have any way to go sideways. They need to work on the whole free flight aspect of this. Look how tiny the 737 is.
Cairns clearance delivery. Dark Star Charlie Tango Alpha 6 Tree, ready to copy IFR clearance to Port Moresby. Dark Star Charlie Tango Alpha 6 Tree is cleared to Port Moresby Airport via the Cairn 2 departure. Expect runway 15. Maintain flight level tree 50. Departure frequency is 12.8, squawk tree 265.
Okay, 3265, we'll need that in a minute.
Cleared to Port Moresby via the Cairn 2 departure, runway 15. Maintain flight level tree 50. Departure frequency is 12.8, squawk tree 265, Dark Star Charlie Tango Alpha 6 Tree. Dark Star Charlie Tango Alpha 6 Tree, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.7. Good day.
Our co-pilot entered it into here already.
Cairns ground, Dark Star Charlie Tango Alpha 6 Tree, at General Aviation Parking, Information India. Request startup.
Dark Star Charlie Tango Alpha 6 Tree, Cairns ground. Startup approved. QNH 1015.
Cairns ground. Dark Star Charlie Tango Alpha 6 tree with India. Ready to taxi. IFR.
Yeah, I don't
Dark
think
Star Charlie Tango Alpha 6 tree. Taxi to and hold short of runway 15 via taxiway Charlie Charlie 1 Bravo Bravo 2 cross runway 15. Contact tower on 124.9 when ready.
Taxi. Hold short runway 15 using taxiway Charlie Charlie 1 Bravo Bravo 2 cross runway 15. Dark Star Charlie Tango Alpha 6 tree.
this is just a familiarization flight, so maybe we'll go up to 30,000. Flight director's on. Go ahead and start engine 2 and 3. They all start at once when you hit Control E, so not sure you'd do that in real life, but switch these to nav. Dang it. Okay, and I think we can get the packs on now. I think now the APU can go off. Once these come on. Window heat can come on. Let's see, just kind of doing a rundown now, make sure I got everything. Oh, standby power should have actually been on. Auto standby power. I'm not sure what this means. So we don't need anti-ice today, but it would be there. The lights are all good to go except for landing lights on. And I think that's everything up here. Nope, yaw damper. Okay, that's on. That's good. That doesn't work. We got our transponder code in. These are dead. I only have one of these operational. Yeah, those are kind of okay. So is it, do these just need to be brighter? Be nice to have more than one of them, but they look dead. Okay. And I'm looking for any kind of brightness knobs here. Guess that goes there for now, whatever. I will definitely forget to change it later. Okay, I think we're good to go. Nope, that wasn't what I wanted. Don't need that. APU. Oh. Do we need to set the trim? Is that what it's telling us? No, we may need to do some stuff over here. Let's go ahead and do this stuff. That looks good. Index settings. Weight and balance. 182 cargo. I don't even know. I don't even care right now. Let's see. Cruise altitude was 300. Cost index, let's go fast. Full takeoff power. Flaps 10. rotate at 148. Can fly at 168. We already did all that. Do we have a route? Page 1 of 4, next page, direct. Okay. Alright, I think we're good to get out of here. If we can't get a pushback, I'm not sure how we're gonna get out of here. Let's try the pushback thing again. He just really doesn't want to push us. It's not gonna work. And it's doing this thing where it's turning me the opposite way that I have set.
V1.
V1? You're kidding me. Okay. Try a yield manual pushback.
Beyond ATC.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, pushback not cleared. Immediately stop your pushback. Possible pilot deviation, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, I have a number for you to call. Advise ready to copy.
Sure. Ready to copy, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Cairns ground, request push and start. November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. That's a mouthful.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, Cairns ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
Engine start approved, face south, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Cairns ground, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, request taxi to departure runway.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, runway 15 taxi via Golf, Charlie 1, Bravo, Bravo 2.
Runway 15, taxi via Golf, Charlie 1, Bravo, Bravo 2. November 7480 Bravo Heavy. Hope we're at 1-1. Okay, Carnes ground, November 7480 Bravo Heavy, ready departure, runway 15. Maybe we should be at 15.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, you've already started your taxi and I can't get you over to a new runway at this time. Unable runway change.
Unable runway change. That's 15, okay. He said runway 15. What's it waiting on? Carnes ground, November 7480 Bravo Heady, holding at runway 15. I don't even have the option on the menu. I think we need to restart.
Beyond ATC connected.
Okay, we have to go through the whole thing again.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, ramp 10 Bravo, request pushback.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, Cairns ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Pushback approved. Face west. November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Taxi for departure.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, runway 15 taxi via Bravo, Bravo 2.
Bravo 2.
Runway 15 taxi via Bravo, Bravo 2, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy.
And there it sits, it's stuck again. Come on, you piece of garbage. Strobe is on, okay.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, contact Cairns Tower 124.9.
Oh, maybe it wanted us to taxi down here. I thought we were supposed to hold short of the runway. Carnes Tower on 124.9. Carnes Tower, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, ready for departure, runway 15.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, Cairns Tower, wind 135 at 24, fly heading tree 60, runway 15, cleared for takeoff.
What? Fly heading 360, runway 15, cleared for takeoff. November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Like, what? Auto throttle arm. Gear up.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, reset transponder. Squawk 5562.
Squawk 5562, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Now, how in the world am I supposed to do that? Maybe I can get autopilot on and go LNAV, VNAV. Probably go heading hold now. Ah, there we go. Okay. So we want to head over that way. I cannot see anything on this thing. What in the hell, man? Click. Let's go legs. Zany. Execute. The execute button doesn't work. LNAV. Okay. Let's go flight level change mode. Actually, I think VNAV was working this time. We'll let that do its thing. I like in free flight mode, it doesn't nag you for being like half a knot over. Okay, now we can set our transponder. 5526. We may have lost him. 5526. Really wish there was a brightness on this thing somewhere. There's 5526, but what that caution is. Probably all kinds of stuff. Checklist incomplete. Oh, we never did get the last flaps up. Dang it. Okay, landing gear is up, flaps are up. Recall checked, auto brake set. Let's see what SimBrief said about all of this. Okay, it suggested a cost index of 26. I went much higher with an 80. Might regret that because of fuel. We'll see. 41. So Beyond ATC is just completely screwed up in the last update. It hasn't been working well at all. Killing it. Go ahead and go up to 41. What else did we need from that? I knew how to read this stuff better. I get these are winds, right? 157 at 10, 143 at 9, so on and so forth. Are these... I guess these are flight levels. So climbing as we're here. Let's see if this matches. We're currently at 22-ish, so we just passed 20, 88 at 7. This is 116 at 14. So not really very good. Should shift to 143 at 9 as we get closer to 310, I guess. And then we were, in theory, what? Okay. Yeah, I guess that's what those are. Temps, maybe? I'm not sure what the negative numbers are. It goes positive here, so my guess would be temps. Takeoff landing report. Bleeds on. My understanding is you can turn the bleeds off if you don't want air conditioning and you need more power. So you turn engine bleed off for a little bit. Like if you're at very high altitudes and it's hot out, you might need to do that. Let's see if we can remember how to do this. We switch to plan, and then we can step through it and make sure. Okay, there's our top of descent at Lanac. And it looks like straight in after we make this turn, more or less straight in. Okay, well, so finish the turn there and then step. And runway 32 right. Alright, let's check out our destination airport charts. It was 32 right? 32 right, okay. Let's see. Arrival. I think Islock is what we had as well. On SAM 1. Okay. Well, it's working better than last time. We still have the FMCs completely out. But at least VNAV is working this time. And the plan synced over, so we didn't have to enter the whole thing. Alright, back to the charts. 1095, so we need to... I'm trying to remember how we did this last time. I feel like it goes... right, 1095 is the ILS already. 322 is the course. So I guess we don't have to dial that into the radios manually anymore. And our platform altitude will be 2000. And minimums, they still have to do the dumb way. Let's switch to standard barometer since we're getting up there. Right, you can only do baro minimums. It went from like 530 to 0 in one click. Good enough. It's like a frickin' mini game trying to get that stupid dial to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9,000. And we didn't get our lights off. I wonder if Beyond ATC will sync up now that we're in cruise at least. Just not having good luck with it the past few days since that last update.
Beyond ATC connected.
Guess that's what I get for being on the experimental branch. See, okay, let's do this again here on visual.
Beyond ATC connected.
Okay, so now it's going to ask us what phase of flight we're in. Flight phase. Select cruise. Okay, cruise is selected. Okay. Request IFR clearance. Whoa. Why?
Brisbane Center, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, flight level 388.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, reset transponder. Squawk 4315.
Squawk 4315. November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Couldn't remember my calls.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, Brisbane Center, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 410.
Continue climb to flight level 410, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Alright, ILS is all set up. Uh, 410. Max Alt 480. Okay. I'm sorry, 408. Whatever you say. Pretty sure we made it up to 410. We have like way too much fuel, don't we? I reset our fuel, I think. Yeah. So we have huge amounts of fuel. This thing is just so whack. Like, where are all my passengers? Come on. A minute ago I remembered what it was I needed to look up. No, I can't. I don't remember again. So full flaps, 139 knots. Can you put in a different value here? Nope, you cannot. Now it says 410. Econ cruise descent. Econ speed 240 below 10,000. And we could, in theory, put the winds in here. Seems like a lot of work, though. So this would be descent forecast wind, so that's going to be here. So I think, like we do 350, wind direction, speed 121, 025. Okay, and then 310. This would be so much easier if I could use my actual keyboard. 111/024. And then 200s. Oh, 94/017. And I guess should we go 150s or 100s? These are similar, so let's go 100s. 80 and 10. I'm betting you don't have to enter the leading zeros. Let's try it. 80 at 10. Nope. Okay. Nice. We got some wind info. We got that in. Okay, and for descent, we're going to want to get our auto brake. I keep coming back to this. That's what I keep trying to look up. Auto brake. I know that's in here somewhere. There's also a perf. Landing is what we care about here.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Contact Brisbane Centre 118.2.
118.2, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Activate. Where is Brisbane Center, November 7480 Bravo Heavy at flight level 410.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, Brisbane Center identified.
Okay, so we're gonna have 6-knot crosswind, and we're gonna need probably somewhere around here to stop. And is this where it gives you the auto brake and everything? Reverser credit, no. Brakes, max auto. And I'm gonna not go with max brakes. I'm gonna go with 4 and see how we do. Approach is 144, VREF is 139. I think you gave me something close to that as well, right? Yeah, exact same, 139, 139. Okay. So, 144, 139. Okay, and 30 flaps. They should have the summary for dummies view. Like, just give me one sheet of the 10 numbers I need to know. Give it to me in like these FMS pages, like show me where the numbers go on each page. Here's your init ref page, here's your... Okay, so fuel in the center we know, icing. Where's our fuel anyway? There's nothing in stab, nothing in reserve, nothing in here. I mean, it's kind of complaining about those being off, but I don't know that we use them. It says icing. Are we? Is it actually detecting icing? Because, like, my understanding was that basically at these altitudes you don't really get icing because it's so cold out. weather info. Is there some way to get weather here, I wonder? No, that's just the bearing distance stuff. Okay, we have our landing data, approach briefing. Like, this is such an inadequate checklist. That can't be the real checklist. Altimeters. Okay, I'll just leave it on that page. Looks like it, these are autocomplete ones. That I do like. And we need to get the lights on. And I'll try to remember to get the APU on as soon as we get on the ground. I think that's when they would start it. Unless it's a very long taxi. Now, I suppose we could set it to auto. No harm in auto, right? Maybe that's what it was actually complaining about. And we can turn off the center pumps. That makes the messages go away. So I guess we should do that. Fuel transfer main 1 and 4. Like, is there some way to transfer fuel here? Well, so far we managed to not fall out of the sky. I feel like lately that's been an accomplishment for me. This doesn't seem to do anything. Purely decorative. Let's do a little Googling while we're in transit here. 2024, this is the 747-8, I think. Yes.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, Brisbane Centre. Expect radar vectors. ILS runway 14 left.
Brisbane Center, expect radar vectors, ILS 14 left, November 748 Sierra Bravo. Okay, so now we have a little bit of a problem because we're not set up for 14
November
left.
748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, contact Port Moresby Control 118.1. Bye-bye.
Port Moresby Control on 118.1. 118.1. Port Moresby Control, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy here, flight level 410.
Jackson's Tower 748 to Heavy, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead what? Now I don't have the normal options I would have. It's supposed to be Port Moresby Control, but it's they're saying Jackson's Tower. Well, it is, okay, it is Jackson's. If we look at AYPY, there it is, 118.1 is the tower. But shouldn't it be approach?
Jackson's radar, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, flight level 410.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, Jackson's radar departure. Good day, descend to 19,000 feet, EA 1010.
Descend to 19,000 feet, QNH 1010, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, cleared direct Lena. Resume own navigation.
Cleared direct Lanac. Resume own navigation, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Okay, let's deal with each of those. Let's start with our descent down to 19,000. We want vertical speed down. Okay, then QNH 1010. So zero 10 there, and they really need to have the preview up here. Oh shoot, this doesn't work. And that doesn't work. Okay, we're descending to 19,000. Well, I'm just gonna hit comma because I don't know what it should be. I don't feel like converting it right now. This doesn't work, so. All right, and then we're cleared direct Lanac. We're already on our own to Lanac. Okay. So we are not descending fast enough currently. Well, maybe we are actually. What I'm thinking we can do a little bit better. What's our first real altitude restriction? 4,000? Okay, back to, oh, look at that. We can actually see something on here. So it is on, and I saw something about this right here. Okay, that's all the way up. What if I go the other way? Unchanged, really. Don't see anything on that one. But apparently it's a brightness thing. But in some weird way, like you can't just turn it up here like you normally would. I think that's all the way bright, but anyway, we're getting by with one, I guess. We need to descend faster. And to do that, we're probably going to have to get our speed brakes out.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, turn left, heading 360, vectors for Jackson's Airport.
Turn left, heading 360, vectors for Jackson's Airport, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. What's that caution? Speed brake extended? I know, I have it extended. I think it's complaining about having to use the thrust while it's going. Okay, we need to turn left to 360. Wait. How do we turn left to 360? That's the wrong it's the wrong thing. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to watch my speed versus altitude so I don't get below 10,000 feet before I get down to 250 knots. Let's see, what are we descending to? 19.
November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy, contact Port Moresby Control 118.1.
Port Moresby Control on 118.1. Jackson's Tower, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy at flight level 201. Okay, we're about to flatten out here.
Jackson's Tower, November 748 Sierra Bravo Heavy. Roger. Current altitude is flight level 201.
Nope. What is that one? Oguto. It's the one we're in theory on. Giving up on Beyond ATC. It keeps sending me this frequency that it's not working. Like it doesn't have any of the normal options on it would have when you're talking to the right channel. It's just like, yep, I see you out there, good luck. Now, why are we not descending? See, I would like to get us down below 285 for starters. Yeah, we've lost a lot of time here. Dang it. I can't tell if we're heading... We're still heading select. Do I need to click it again? Nope, LNAV is armed. Okay. Okay, we are way over speed for 10,000. So we didn't make that. And I still can't see shit in here. Like you have to be so far away from the screens to control anything, and they're so dim. Okay, flaps 1. I want to keep slowing down here. Did we get LNAV yet? We did not. And this heading bug is so hard. You have to click this one little thing. It's like, seriously? Okay, now we got LNAV. We're coming up on 4,000 here. $3,000. We can get gear, next notch of flaps. Speed brakes can come up and need to get armed instead. Okay, we have LNAV. Now we need to get approach. SARB. We can go down to 2,000 here. And I can't tell that it armed any approach mode, anything. We're not in position. Miles. It's waiting on flaps, so are we. Speed brake is armed, auto brake is 4. I have reverse thrusters ready on my throttle. We didn't get lights on. I think we look good there. 15, well, coming up on 15. Autopilot is just insane. That's why I had to take control last time. Like, don't swerve so much, man. Oh, it disconnected. It's like, screw you, I'm just gonna totally hose you over here. Don't mind me. Now I totally forgot what our 144 and 139. That's pretty close. Doesn't look very lined up to me. This looks like one of those approaches that's going to ram us right into a bunch of trees.
Minimums.
It is going to fly us right into a tree, isn't it?
400. 300. 200.
That was me.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I feel like this plane has too many issues to enjoy flying it. Not the least of which is it's really hard to see anything. Alright, so let's not forget this time. These can come off. This can get started. And we give that a minute to come online. And of course we would make sure nobody's coming either way. What happened? Oh, the thrust reverse didn't come off. I have that problem sometimes. There we go. So that was landing. I feel like we need a autopilot for taxiing. Like where you could just set the ground speed you want. 10 knots, 15 knots, whatever. The flaps up. Okay, and then we should be able to go. I guess this is a Goldilocks situation here. Somebody's been parking in my spot, and they're still there. Swallow this plane whole. Can barely even tell there's another plane there. Hydraulic panel set. Now we have the flaps up, so I'm guessing that means hydraulic demand off. De-icing should come off, I'm pretty sure. Lights can come off. Let's passengers off. And now we can, I think, once they get the GPU hooked up, I don't know if we would switch to GPU before we shut down the engines or after we shut down the engines. But let's see, so if that's an automatic one, it's not there yet. There we go. All right. Now this says fuel pumps off, but I don't think you turn the fuel pumps off yet. So speed brake we got, we started the APU, landing light off, strobe light off, taxi light on, auto brake selector came off automatically when we used the brakes, flaps were up. This goes to exponder. And then parking brake we should set. APU gen switch is on when available. We did that. External power. So I guess we could switch to that now. Let's try it. Nope, not as long as the APU is on. Which is interesting because I guess you have to turn it off, run on battery power while you switch over. Anyway, we got the hydraulics off. Fuel control switches. Now these are the ones down here, I believe. And then seat belts off. Now fuel pumps come off. And window heat can come off as well, and de-ice. Fuel pumps off. Now engines are down. Nope, off. Off and off. Taxi off. And this goes to standby. Now I think we would, if we're gonna run, we would get the APU off and then switch to external power. Nope, external power is not available. So we want, I guess that's why it didn't work before. Emergency lights off. Packs off. They may already be off. Oh, okay. APU now available, and then these can come off. And if we had external power, we could switch to it. That's it. Oh. People are talking about on 2020. They had the same issue on 2020 with the MCDU not being visible. One person suggested it was that changing the time slider could make it come back on. Okay, we've got live on. I need to load my Papua New Guinea airports back. Just realized I don't have those on here. I was gonna do a flight, but I don't have them right now. I kind of cleaned everything out of the community folder for a little bit. I don't know, where might be a fun place to do one last flight. I don't think I've done anything in Madagascar. Let's fly something fast. Vision jet is always a possibility. PC-24 would be another, it's pretty fast. PC-12. Let's do PC-12 because I'm practicing PC-12 stuff anyway. Oh, please don't do this. chances that somewhere else will work. Are there no bigger airports? Zoom to details? What does that do? Apparently nothing. Crud. Did I catch it? I don't wanna. It's doing that thing where it doesn't sound like it's even making progress. Network is idle, memory's only half used, CPU is low. I have the latest drivers. Finally. Alright, chocks, engine covers, pitot covers. Oh, I should have entered the other way. Let's do it right. Door. Hits us in the face. That's the way we like it. Alright. So we check parking brake and thrust lever and landing gear handle is down. And we make sure this is all good. This should be off. Alright, then we want to do an external power test first, and then arm. And then standby power can come on. Battery 1 and 2. Avionics. And the passenger lights. If we had external power, we could use it, but we do not. Okay, if we were going to load people, we would load them now. We would get our clearances. And then when we're ready, we turn on the beacon. we make sure the area is clear. And then put engine to run. And click and hold the starter, but in here it just clicks. And we watch our pressure ITT come up. Oil temp, pressure, fuel flow. Apparently this fuel flow is high, or it's actually doing. Okay, we're just waiting to get the generators on. See the batteries discharging here, negative amps. And the voltage should drop over time as we discharge them. Alright, let's get the generators on. Now we can go get nav, strobe, taxi. Okay, we're all good here. We would do these tests, but they don't really work in the in-game plane. Wait on probes. Can adjust the brightness of displays if we needed to. We're just gonna do a joyride here, so. Okay. Get flaps 15 and set our trim. I like a lot more trim than it thinks is green. I don't think the in-game model is quite right. Okay, and inertial separator open. Taxi's way too fast. Okay, I also like to turn on the synthetic vision right there. We'll get our lower panel set up here with well, we actually want that here. We'll go HPA. And then you can do your comms, nav radios, and transponders down here or up here if you prefer. With this one you can do the keypad entry though. I think we can just probably take off here to the right. rotates. Gear up. Flaps up. That's earlier than you would do it in real life. I have not flown around Madagascar at all. Oh yeah, I wanted to try something. Not as bad as it was. Also enable this steep approach. Let's see what happens if we run at a mountain here. Get that off. Probes on.
Envelope. 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 Envelope.
Wow!
Envelope.
Oh,
Envelope.
my joystick hit my desk.
Envelope. Envelope.
Let's see, do we have gear up or anything?
Envelope. Envelope.
I've got to get like a yoke or something.
Envelope. Envelope.
There we go.
Envelope. 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 Envelope.
Envelope.
Envelope. Envelope. Envelope. Envelope. Envelope. Envelope. Envelope. Envelope.
Okay, well it didn't catch on fire like the Kodiak did. Does not have much of a top speed though, does it?
Envelope. 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 Envelope.
This thing should go work for the post office.
Envelope. Envelope. Envelope.
Alright, let's try it this time.
Envelope. 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 Envelope.
It's a lot easier if you don't hit the desk with the joystick.
Envelope. 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 Envelope.
The whole world just turned red.
Envelope.
You're dying. I like how it's kind of predictive altitude though.
Envelope. 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 Envelope.
All right, let's try something here. In theory, you can change aircraft. Did I just eject? We have no instruments or anything. Seems to be working. Throttle, I mean. What's that? What's a good plane? Uh-oh. I can't steer. That's so weird. Not super roll responsive, but a little better than the PC-12 was, I think. some warbirds fighting modes for this game. I guess I should just play DCS or something. There's also always the F-18, right? I don't really like the way this is modeled in here. Very roll performant. What's your fighter pilot heartbeat? Took care of that. Like nothing's implemented apparently. 45,000. I think that's feet per minute, and that's our current altitude. Thought I'd just look for somewhere more interesting. Fuel low already. I just filled it up.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
Some really funky trees here. Those oddball tall ones sticking out from the other ones. Doesn't look like they've modeled much out here, I would say. Maybe I should look for some Madagascar terrain. Let's see if we can find an airport. There weren't very many, right? I think there was some over here. I like how you just point it and it hangs itself, kind of pointed where you left it. It's almost like autopilot all the time. Alright, that's probably our best bet.
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
Just in case you're wondering what full afterburner costs. Is that I do not know how to do any autopilot stuff in this plane. Let's see if we can. I don't know what we would do for a departure. Close enough. Let's just look and see. It's pretty short. ILS. Not implemented. Turned on autopilot. I don't know what it's doing though. Oh, that's cool. Okay, mechanical instruments, trim, looks like radios, tanks. HUD brightness. Yeah, that works. Day, night. Angle of attack. Altitude, barrel, or radar. Are we headed roughly the right way? Yep. That's a long way though, isn't it? Let's maybe try to find our way to this runway. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's wanting to roll out. In the death spin. Which is weird because it's just pointed down. Like, really? You're not gonna... Okay, here we go. I don't think there's any reasonable way I'm going to be able to stop on a runway that short in this kind of plane that likes to go really, really fast. But we'll try. It doesn't even like to go below 500. It's acting really weird. Full screen. Like, it's not flying right anymore. It wants to constantly drop the nose. Now I have no steering. I have no roll aileron whatsoever. I can pitch, but I can't. Nope, still can't do it. What's that thing I have? There's a key binding, something repair, shift backslash. Well, that sort of made it work. It's still very funky. It's got a mind of its own. I don't suppose we ever got the gear down. Okay. I don't see a runway.
Roll left, roll left.
I'm working on it. That probably could have gone better. Perfect. Any landing you walk away from. Good as new. Maps that. Yeah, I think that was sort of runway 31 there, was what that was supposed to be. But it wasn't it wasn't lined up with this, so. What I probably should have done is do one of those. And then we could see where the runway would have lined up better. Once again, I have no control at all, even with repair. Yeah, not gonna work. Kind of cool you're still there. Need some bigger airports. Definitely gonna have to go look for some maybe Madagascar terrain. All right, I'm out.